handling the situation by yourself. Covering, complaining, seeking advice and counsels from people that don't care about your life. If you know the matter will change by prayers, then you have to start praying until the matters change. God will give us the grace. So I was thinking you would say better amen. I said God will give us the grace to stay until the results start coming. And if the result is not there, what are you stopping to do next? Most times it's actually because we have many plans on ground. You've not exhausted your options yet. Don't worry. You have two left. Soon the two will be knocked off. And you will be floating. At that point, you now discover that sometimes God sends trouble to drive you to your knees. You still have 3 more people to call. And why you can't even talk to them is that there's no network. Soon you will reach out to all of them. And they will tell you honestly, from the depth of my heart, no. By that time, the whole options are exhausted. And just in case your options are exhausted, friends, I feel it is a call for us to start staying until the answers come. The last practical step to sustain encounters is discipleship. I would want to call it discipleship. I think the scriptures now says, follow them who through faith. Who through faith and what? Who through faith and? That's right, what? Follow them who through faith and patience have obtained the promises. The last time God spoke to you, or let's start by saying this way. Anytime God speaks to you, find the action points connected to that utterance. Did you hear me? What am I to do next? What is the instruction following? If God speaks to you, maybe by prophets from the scriptures, or while you were praying, you had a vision or a trance, it does not end there. That trance is just an invitation. There is an instruction attached. Don't leave any experience. When you are documenting, write out what are the action points. And then you start hearing, do this, meet this person, reach out to this person, take this step and take this step, research on this. And okay, many of you, God has now told you that you will become, which example? A kingdom financial? Do you like that one? Okay, you don't like that one. That you will travel abroad, right? Which one do you prefer? Let's do something. Which one do you prefer? God has told you that you are going for missions in Ekeke. That will be your resting place. Okay, so God has promised you that you are flying abroad. What should be your next line of action? Go and update. God's representative in the UK. Get a new CV. See, friends, if God tells you, gives you that kind of, say amen, but don't end there. That amen means it's just starting. Accurate discipleship now means that you are going to reach out to certain people that can instruct you on this matter. Nobody sleeps somewhere to travel abroad. Even if you have the dream, in your dream you landed UK and you say the eagle has landed. Nothing landed. You still wake up. Reach out to people. There are certain things you should do. When God gives you an utterance, reach out to people that have had the same experience or a similar experience. This can be your disciples. Someone that can put you through. Those who through faith and patience have obtained the promise you are looking for. You know hard. Just follow what someone had done in a different way, but it's the same pattern. Go to the scriptures. God talks to you about finances. Search the scriptures. What is God's writing? What has God said in the scriptures about finance? Read, research on finance. Check on kingdom prosperity. Check on the concept of tithing. Check on everything around that thing he said to you. Research. Go to the scriptures. He says, for in them you find life. What will now bring this encounter to pass? What gives it strength is how much scriptures is built around it. I know you had it in a vision. Go check. There are people that have achieved the same promise in the scriptures. Get as many promises, as many scriptural references to back that utterance. Next thing you will do, reach out to people in the contemporaries. Reach out to them. You've had this same experience, and I'm in this at this spot. This is what I have now. Sometimes, what you just need to hear is someone's experience to motivate you there. You might just be here and you've never even gone to the embassy, you don't know what it looks like, but God told you, I have an assignment for you outside in the States or somewhere. He told you specifically. Reach out to people that have had the same experience. That's where the place of discipleship comes. Don't take any word without the backup instructions. If you are saying that this is what I should do, or this is what you want to do, how do I cooperate? What should I do? Mary asked and said, how shall these things be? How shall these things be? May God give us the grace. May God help us. In 2 minutes, I want us to bow our heads. And you'll be driving up 1 or 2 points He has placed on your hearts. I'm not in a haste to get a new encounter. The ones you've given to me. Some of us in this end of year, in this retreat, we are going to revisit the old things He has said to you. Those beautiful moments you had. You are going to walk yourself back to the site of those encounters. Shut down the distractions this moment and speak to God. The experiences you've given to me will bear fruit. It won't just die. It won't be momentary. It won't be something that will just stay for a while and then after that it's gone. Lord, each and every word you've spoken to my life, help me. Go ahead in 2 minutes. Help me. Lord, I'll be satisfied, for this is what the nations need. Say, I will stay at the altar, at the altar. I'll drink from the living waters. I'll drink from the living waters till I overflow. I'll be for this is what the nations need. For this is. One more time, can you say that from the depth of your heart? Say, I will stay at the altar.
Can you quickly digest what you just heard? In the next 5 minutes, just digest the body you just heard. Sustaining divine encounters. It is one thing to know, it is one thing to hear. It is more important to abide than to do. More and over again, encounters are not He's the one that knows the best dimension, the best platforms, and best way to meet with you. Welcome to Peniel, beloved. Jesus says, shut the voice, shut the noise, enter into your closet and pray. I will not lose out on the things that heaven has invested on me. I will not miss out on the things that heaven has given. What sustained and what brought Jacob back to Jabbok that became Peniel was what he did at Bethel. For him to raise an altar after the vision he had, anointed the stones there, and he made a vow, if you can bring me back the tithes will be to you. All the vows he made at Bethel, God saw a man that was sincere enough, so God had to carve out Israel from Jacob. Can you pray? The investment heaven has made in your life thereby, the things that is happening in your life now are not really correlating with what heaven has done. All the things God has done in your life and the things happening now is as if they can't really match up. Could it be that you are wasting heaven's investment? Could it be that you are wasting heaven's deposit? Every time the Lord cornered you to a meeting, every time he brings you to the place where he can talk to you, it is for the purpose of encountering you. Can you tell the Lord, by his grace? The teacher said whenever God speaks, the grace backs the word. Whenever he gives an instruction, the grace backs the instruction. It is your duty to sustain what he has given unto you. PPC is always a climax point. It's always a high point where we stay away from the noise, where we stay away from the busy and buzziness of life. Let me see your face. I've seen how ministry is. Can I see your face now, God? 14 years of labors because a man refused to align. Extra 7 years of labors without correlating evidences of proofs and because a man refused to align. Can you pray? Can you pray? When it comes to my life, Jesus, please, I will sustain. One encounter is going to bet several encounters. One visitation, we bet several visitations. Please, Lord. The same way you wooed Jacob, the same way you teased him into meeting with you, please. And every requirement I would have to do, the things I saw, the things I heard, the things the spirits told me was that Jacob dealt on himself. His prayers were focused on himself. His prayers were focused on himself because he thought he was going to die. He thought he was going to die. So all the prayers he made were basically focused on his flesh. I don't want to lose out of these things. It's not enough to attend the conference. It's not enough to attend the meeting. Can you sustain the dealings of God? Can you sustain what he has done? Can you sustain encounters? Can you multiply them? became the God of Jacob after. He became the God of Jacob after encounters. He became the God of Israel after encounters. Please, Lord. Please, Lord. Please, Lord. Some of you are carrying stale encounters. Stale. The one you had many years ago. And those ones you had was because your parent knew the Lord. So they just stumble on the overflow and the spillovers of someone else's labors. But practically you've not invested sacrifices to have your own encounter. To have your own encounter. I'm waiting for you to pray. One day I was trying to clean my room and I stumbled on my jotters of many years ago. Okay. When I flipped open the pages of this jotter, tears ran down my eyes because the words written there were strong, heavy words. These were sermons I recorded. I wrote down from camp meetings, from retreat, from counseling sections, from different meetings I had with men of God 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago. I was asking God, what happened? Is it that I did not obey these things, or what happened? Like, what happened? Then God said, I have played my part. It is you that should play your own part now. I've done my part of the covenant. Of you, this year alone, you've consumed 3 jotters. You've written down things. Despite the things you've written down, no one you've tried, no one you've obeyed. Not even one obedience. Not even one instruction you obeyed. The teacher clearly said, you don't sustain encounters outside obedience. There is no new year if you've not obeyed the last instruction. For men like us who are men of the altar, who are men of the prophetic, we don't do new year by January 1st. We do new year after we obey a divine instruction. To us is our new year. Because no man can ever bet into a new season, can never come into it except and unless the man obeys divine instruction. Why are you running from discipleship? Yesterday I showed you that what made Jacob to have the encounter was brokenness. And one of the effects of proper discipleship is brokenness. If you are not broken, you cannot be discipled. You cannot sustain encounters if you are not discipled like Christ did. You can't sustain encounters. For some of you in this conference, your only prayer should be, break me. That should be your only cry, break me. There are hidden tendencies, hidden attitude, hidden characters, hidden futures that this God need to work on, need to break. You know, I always say you are too alive. You are too alive. God has never worked with a man whose flesh is active. I have checked, I have read, I've heard from him. Every and any man he will ever use, any man or every man he will ever speak to, that man must be broken, dead, totally dead. So for heaven to ask Jacob, what is your name? They saw that the man has been broken first. And brokenness can be achieved in proper discipleship. No wonder Peter could look at him, look at Christ and say, to whom should we go to? What a broken man. After falling, Peter could still run back and cry. What a broken. What are they saying? If Jacob was conscious about what the wives would say, what the maids conscious about what the wives would say, what the maid servants would say,